Hi everyone, it's your boy Zach. This is my review of Warfare. Just saw it. I'm actually still, it's right there. But I wasn't gonna do a review, and then a bunch of people said, "Can you review it?" And I was like, "Yeah, cool story." But anyway, so this just got on my radar screen recently, a couple months ago. Had really good buzz. It's an A24 movie, and it's apparently Alex Garland on that movie Civil War, which I've heard is better than like the birthday party clown said it was. He had a military advisor who was a Navy SEAL, Iraq vet, and so they started talking about like, let's make an Iraq movie. So they co-wrote it, and it sounds like the Iraq vet, he was doing most of the direction. Alex Garland was just kind of helping out, kind of maybe like similar to how Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller for, I believe, was it both of the Sin City movies or just the first one? Anyway, so Iraq vet, I've mentioned it a time or two, but I gotta say the Iraq movies, Jesus, the Hurt Locker is a comedy to me. And I don't even mean like a dark comedy. I mean like a freaking Three Stooges type of comedy. Like, that shit is stupid. Like, I can't tell you how unrealistic that movie is. This one is so realistic. At one point I was looking for things that weren't real, and it was a right-handed guy had his flashlight on the right side of his hand cards of his M4. And I was like, you want it on the left side so your thumb can hit the button, but then also they have this little cord and you can basically put a button for it anywhere on your M4. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It was so accurate that like, I was looking for stuff that wasn't accurate, and all I could see was basically a preference. Like, you can be a right-handed and put your, flashlight on the right side of the handguard. Whatever. So I saw it, and I kind of got the feeling it was... Well, I got the feeling it was very, like, pro... I mean, it's... Well, here's the weirdest thing. So these guys are Navy SEALs, but that wasn't the vibe I got. They seemed more like a recon unit from the Marines or Rangers. Like, they didn't look like SEALs. They didn't have that SEAL vibe. I know not everyone has, like, blow-dried hair, but there's a Navy SEAL vibe that I did not get from the actors playing the Navy SEALs. Like I said, again, they didn't seem like just like regular Joes, like infantrymen, but they didn't seem like SEALs. Like I said, like a recon unit in the Marines or Rangers. But anyway, I kind of thought it was going to be more about like showing them like bonding and showing their bonds that already exist, because they would have done an entire workup together before, deploying. But it just started, and they were in their freaking, they were in their OP right there in the city, and they were just kind of reporting on what they saw. So it got like straight to it. So I do have to say, I didn't have an ideal experience. There was a guy who was clearly a vet, and like he was muttering to himself, but like in a way that was supposed to be like, oh, he was there. I looked at the crowd. I'm guessing half of us were vets. So it was pretty freaking it was a little distracting. Yeah, so they just get straight to it. And it's like, there aren't like, like, you don't get like the guy shows up and it's like Lieutenant so-and-so, or actually, yeah. So I was like, oh shit, it's Navy ranks. I'm not that great at those. They just kind of, you kind of see who's giving who in charge. And it's effectively in real time. So it's about 2 hours of trying to extract from a building after someone is injured. And there's a lot of just like real stuff, like you pulled out of a room, but your gear's in the room, and you got to go back. And I know you're like, okay, go grab it, but there's, they already threw a grenade through the window. You don't know who's out there, and there's a lot that's good about like the vulnerability, especially when you're in this 360-degree battlefield. So it's definitely an ensemble. I guess Will Poulter is kind of the main character, because he's the person you recognize. But very much of an ensemble. So basically, a couple guys get injured. They go to freaking evacuate them. The Bradleys, which are just you can't push me into something like that. I'll walk. Like, that's safer. It's like, would you like a very, very slow-moving, extremely slow-moving vehicle that has, like, armor? No, I'm good. I'll just, we'll just freaking displace on foot. But anyway, they got to evac them. There's an IED, so that gets freaking, that idea gets squashed. Then you just deal with, the multiple different injuries, the time dilation. So this is like just an adrenaline thing. It's not specifically a war thing, but once you get that adrenaline, moving, like time will slow down and speed up in your mind. Like you will feel like a lot of time passed, and literally it's like 30 seconds because you're just having like a million different thoughts. So they do some really good stuff with the audio, which is funny, because I saw an advertisement on TikTok, and they were not selling it to the vet crowd. It was a bunch of like hip guys from the cities and like kind of like middle-aged ladies, and they were really selling like the audio, and it was good because, like I said, there's a lot of things of people being injured. There's a lot of just concussion, and concussion is like one of those weird things. Like it's like that's not super dramatic, but it's like your brain is injured. It's very dramatic. It's just not visually dramatic. So yeah, it was very, very good. Now, I don't want to diminish it, but in some ways it's kind of a gimmick. Because, it's like, in real time. If you want a war movie that's a better war movie, I would say Black Hawk Down is a better war movie. This isn't silly. It's very realistic, but in some ways it's not, well, in many ways it's not a traditional movie. You don't have a star. The plot is basically, we need to leave right here, and but it was good. It was quite good. The crowd liked it. That one guy this is a very polite area, but you got to do a lot to get people to shush you. But man, he was getting shushed a lot. He was on the other side of the theater, and you could hear every thought he had. But a good movie, ensemble movie, realistic movie. I don't want to say it's small scale. It's not one of those giant roaming battles like Black Hawk Down. Which, it's funny, I was talking to... I couldn't believe this. I was talking to a vet, but he was from, a couple generations after. And I mentioned Black Hawk Down, and he's like, oh, I've heard of that. And I'm like, oh my God. When I was in, everybody had read the book. And then when the movie came out, everybody. So, my entire time in the military, it was 100%. Yeah, but Black Hawk Down is more of a movie, there's kind of oh, I recognize all these people, that type of thing, and these huge moments. This is, like I said, it's a bunch of SEALs in an OP. They get compromised. They need to leave. That get compromised. They have to deal with that. They get reinforced. Then they leave. So very, very good movie. I liked it a lot. Go check it out. Warfare. I saw what was it called? The Wednesday IMAX premiere. It was, wow. You know what? there was a lot of people there. This is opening night. I usually don't see, well, preview night, whatever. But I mean, last time I saw this many people in the IMAX theater was like Venom, the last Venom movie. So yeah, very, very good. Not cheesy, not fake, very realistic. Not a traditional, Hollywood movie, even though it was done very professionally. But yeah, go check it out. Warfare. Thanks for watching. Bye.